When I was a child, my mother said, when you get scared, talk to the men in uniform. Look for them. My son, you will have everywhere around you, you will have men, always men. They were always men, no women. Not then. In uniform, dark blue, very dark blue. That's the color. Gold around that, but mostly dark blue. And I believed her. And we had classes in school as children, as very, very, very small children. We were told things like stranger danger. If things look or feel not right, look for the nearest stranger because you feel in danger. It was trite. It still is trite. But that's what we were taught. Much like DARE, the acronym, Drug Abuse Resistance Education. Then you get older and you realize it isn't quite. So go to those people in uniform when you need protection. My son, go to them. When you are terrified, when you feel like no one is there to help you, but there is someone or multiple people coming to hurt you, whether they be small or medium or large or very, very large, and they are going to hurt you, you should talk, my son, to those in the uniforms that are dark blue. And so you do. You are scared out of your mind one day by things that don't bear repeating here. But the scares leave marks, and worse than that, the actions left by the people in the dark blue, the ones you'd been told to trust no matter what, everything else falls apart. You have nothing else. You are lost. You are lost at sea, my son. You are out in the tossing, thrashing, drowning oceans of blackened, darkest waves, violent hurricanes and tsunamis, all these words that mean nothing to you. As a boy, they mean nothing. But they sound cool. They impress you. You say, tsunami. Wow, that word. That's really great. And you're cut off. The point is, boy, you go and you talk to the people, the men. Let's cut this to the quick. Let the men, you're told to go to the men. In dark blue. And so you do. Several times, because for whatever reason, gods only know what those reasons are. You are threatened and you are chased. And sometimes you are attacked. Sometimes those other people, and people sounds funny, but that's the word I will use here, because those people vary. Sometimes they are very small, sometimes they are medium, sometimes they are large, and they come after you, and you are terrified, and you don't know what else to do, but the voice of your mother cuts through the sound, and you hear her, but now she's not talking, she's not speaking. It's not the kitchen voice you were growing accustomed to as a small boy. Now it's a scream of panic, a scream of pure animal terror. And she says, "Run, run, my boy, run. Son, I love you. Run, run from those people, those other people that want to hurt you. Run to the ones in the dark blue." And so you do. You run to the ones in the dark blue, and here they are. And you run and you tug on their pants leg. You pull on it. You say, "Please, sir, ma'am, what have you?" You say, "Please help me. Please help me. I am so scared." You don't curse yet. You don't say, "Please help me. Please, for the love of help me." You don't scream those things yet. Those phrases mean nothing to you yet. They will later, when you are a young man, not quite a boy any longer, but something else, something older. Let's be clear here. Something older. You run to them then, and later, and later, and later, and later, and later. And what do they do? My son, my dear sweet boy, and you know, we know, don't we? Our mother loves us. She loves us so much, she would never allow anything harmful to happen to us. We still believe that now. We know that now. She wanted us to be safe. She wanted us to be protected. And so we ran to the men, mostly men, almost always men, in the dark blue. Uniforms is a word we will learn in time. In those times, it was like their skin, not a second skin, not something added onto them, but the skin they existed within, maybe born that way for all we knew. It's all we knew. They were dark blue. For all we knew, 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 they wore dark blue. And the others got to us, and sometimes the ones in the dark blue nodded and smiled at those that chased us. They saw them, and they knew them. They knew them. Maybe these people are friends. Oh no, what do we do? Because Mother is not here now, and we are with them, and them is growing bigger by the moment. Them is, them are, them be, they will, they shall. This language you will learn later as a larger boy is moot. It means nothing. They will hurt you. They will hold you down and take what they want. They will push you against something and tear out something else. They will push you over, and they will take you under, and you will have no defense because you were told and you trusted it. You still do. You still do. Even as a shattered, furry tall, muscled boy. You still trust what she said, and what she said mattered then. It matters now. It will matter tomorrow. It will matter next week, next month, next year, next 100,000 million billion years. It will matter because you know inside of here, you know that she meant it, and very likely still does. She still means it. But you trusted those words, and they let you down, and you were torn apart and slammed back together. You were torn to shreds, and you were put back together sloppily, haphazardly. People and institutions, and you, me, yourself, myself, put this somehow impossibly together. And we went on, didn't we? We kept going. We kept living. We kept surviving is a loaded word. We won't even know the meaning of the phrase loaded word until we're well into our teenage years. And her mother didn't think of that because of course she wouldn't. She wanted us to be safe. She wanted us to survive. She wanted us to get out of those horrible situations in which the others attacked. But they came. They came. There were so many of them. So many. We didn't know what to do, right? We didn't know. We didn't know what to do. They landed on us like some kind of... Do we even know the word plague yet? But we were surrounded, and we lost those fights. Those many, many fights. We lost them. We lost those fights. We were defeated. A word that you learn later in life has all kinds of uses and tenses and definitions. Polysemy. It has polysemy. Another word you learn much later in life. Those kids tear you apart, and you scream and you cry. But it's not even for you. It's not for us. It's for her. It's for mother. Our mother. We don't want our mother. We don't want her to panic. We don't want her to freak out. We don't want her to scream her lungs up. We don't want that. We want her to feel, as we feel about her, we want her to feel loved and taken care of and safe, which is, we realize as time goes by, what she really wanted for us. But she couldn't protect us. She couldn't. And now we know she didn't know, and she couldn't have imagined what happened to us. our skin, this shiny fabric, our bodies are sheathed, another word comes later, are sheathed within this stuff, this shiny stuff, and it comes in so many colors. And our mother knows this, and she realizes that, and she talks to us about that. And we grow in a faith and a love for others like us. Her and you and us and I. We are all so much alike. But some of us, because of all kinds of things, cannot rely on those people wearing the dark blue to keep us safe. Back then, later on, up a ways, older still, growing, until we were adults and we are sitting here fighting to not scream and cry our guts out for you who are watching this.